is 11:40 and there is a big marathon happening in Austin this Sunday. So to make sure you're ready in case you are participating in the marathon or just starting to run, Bryan Anderson, a physical therapist at St. David's South Medical Center, is joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
You know, for folks, obviously, if people are participating in the run, they have been training if they've been ready to participate in this marathon. But what are some things you want to make sure they remember as they go out this Sunday?
Well, hopefully they've adhered to their training regimen. They've been able to build up their miles gradually so that any nagging pains they have are kind of, subsided by now. So the best thing to know is that the momentum and the enthusiasm of the moment will be that you want to go out too fast, and so you would want to make sure you slow down, take your time, stay with your pacing group if that's what you're doing, so that you don't expend all your energy too early on in the race.
Right, the adrenaline does get to pumping.
It certainly does, yes.
But no, go ahead.
No, people do tend to, in the moment, go out a little too fast, only to regret in the latter part of the race that they don't hold up as well.
Yes, remember, 26 miles is a very long time.
Yes, it certainly is.
For people who maybe they just want to start running, they're kind of interested in the benefits that come along with running, how should they get started?
There's a lot of good resources online. To any running groups around town you can join up with. If not, just starting out gradually. Try to build up to 1 mile and maybe proceed up to 3 or so. Never trying to add on more than about 10% of mileage per week to forestall any injury that might come. Most things are going to become overused. People attempted to do too much too soon, and you just overwhelm your joints and your tissues.
So let's talk a little bit about some of those injuries. What are some of the most common injuries you tend to see and help work people through?
I'd say probably the most common ones involve the knee. Runner's knee, patellofemoral syndrome, that's something that pain around the kneecap, that is probably the most common injury. Otherwise, we also see what's called iliotibial band syndrome, IT band on the lateral part of the knee. Sometimes Achilles injuries, Achilles tendonitis, sometimes shin splints, medial knee pain. There's been an increased focus now on strengthening, the role of strengthening the hips, making sure that everything is stable. These are large force-generating muscles that'll help stabilize and help avoid injury.
Are there any types of things people can do if they've been running or just started running and they have some of these joint pains, if they notice some of these, little nagging pains, do you recommend anything for them?
Well, first off, probably decrease your mileage. It's something to scale back what you're doing. Sometimes it can be as changing up your strides, little mechanical changes to your form sometimes can be effective to get you back on track.
Perfect. And at what point should you make sure you go see a doctor?
Well, anything that involves something of very severe pain, like a stress fracture, something that is just a nagging, constant type of pain, that is something you can't push through. You have to stop running, give it the 6 to 8 weeks to heal. See a doctor if necessary.
Yeah, don't cause yourself further injury.
Not with that, no.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate it. You guys can rewatch all of these great tips on KVUE.com after the newscast. We'll be right back.